guys, it's April, and I have another book review for you guys. I want to talk about Renegades by Marissa Meyer, because I have some words, and of course, I'm going to tell you those words. Now, I will do this review the same way I do all of my other reviews. I will have the non-spoilery section up front, followed by my spoiled-filled word dump ramble that always seems to happen at the end of these videos. I will tell you when that happens in case you don't want to spoil and want to go off and read the book yourself and then come back and we can start a discussion. But otherwise, I'm just gonna get into this. This past week, I have read through Renegades by Marissa Meyer, and it has been a ride and a half. So Renegades is a new series that Marissa Meyer put out just a little while ago. I don't even remember the actual release date of this book, but it is a story about superheroes. It follows a young girl, Nova, who is technically a villain, and she decides that she wants to infiltrate the Renegades, which are the superheroes of this city who have brought everybody back to peace and have started to lay down the laws of the city. Nova has a little bit of a gripe with the Renegades. She's not too happy with what they're doing and what they have done. She sees things from a slightly different perspective, and I like it. I like seeing the gray happen. Now, this does follow a lot of the superhero tropes. You get this city that feels like the center of the world. You get all these weird superpowers that you don't really understand how they could ever happen, but you just kind of accept them because it's a thing. And then you have this good versus evil mentality where you have the villains who are all about themselves and their own agenda, and then you have the good guys who start this whole big group that want to take down the bad guys. Those are the two opposing sides. But in this story, you start to see a little bit of that gray zone, that not everybody's good and not everybody's bad. Everyone has their reasons, and sometimes you don't really know who's the good guy and who's the bad guy, because it can switch on you. So like I said, I really like the story just because it is set from a different perspective. Yes, you mostly get Nova's perspective as she's looking in on the Renegades as a group that might not be as high and mighty as they should be. But then you also get the perspective of Adrian, who is one of the Renegades and has always been one of the Renegades, who is trying to find himself a balance of what it means to be a superhero. And oddly enough, both of these characters, you start to see, like I said, I'm always going to come back to this gray zone. I love when books explore this gray zone of morality. And so just seeing how all of that plays out is really, really interesting. I liked seeing a lot of characters and what all these random powers were. But like I said, the thing about these superhero stories is that you have this one gigantic city that feels like the center of the world, and sometimes it's hard to understand how this one city exists as its own entity and doesn't have a country attached to it. And maybe it does, but it never really explores that. At points, I was trying to understand, did this whole overthrow thing happen throughout the whole country or just the city? And is the city this isolated piece? But then how did all of these powerful beings become accepted all the way across the globe if it was just this one place? I had a lot of political questions that went on in my mind as I was reading this question, but they're the same political questions that I really have when I'm reading superhero stories, especially like Batman and Superman and all of those. Usually they're centered in one city. That city seems just to be the whole existence of the world. Maybe I'm reading too much into that. But overall, I really did enjoy this book. I was guessing at a lot of things of where a lot of the stuff was going, and then the end, I'm like, I was sort of kind of guessing, but I didn't realize that, okay, well, I guess that makes sense then. I really am excited to see where this series goes. So if you like Marissa Meyer's writing and you like superheroes, I can guarantee you will probably enjoy this book. So this is the point in which I am now going to switch into my spoiled-filled rambles. So if you haven't read this book, go away, come back, and we can start a discussion. Or if you want to spoil yourselves, that's fine. Do that. So the first thing that I have to bring up is the fact that Ace. I sort of kind of saw the ending and all of that, but I didn't realize that Nova knew more than she knew. I didn't quite pick up on that. I mean, I should have, and I kind of liked that twist. I was all the way over here. I've been guessing at the origin of Adrian and who his father actually is. I'm betting that he's probably a villain, but I'm just kind of throwing that one out there because I can just see the conflict that can create, and it makes me really, really excited. You've got this boy who's been raised by two very powerful renegades who are part of the council. and then a mother who was one of the originals as well, and then to have a villain for a father, yeah, I want to see that happen. I really do. I'm excited to see where that could possibly go, because we didn't really talk a lot about his father. I mean, we made reference was a one night stand possibly, but I think there's more to it than that. I don't know. But just the whole Ace storyline. I want to know more about this character Ace and his backstory of why he started the whole uprising and where he was planning all of it going if he wasn't going to set up a structure to keep things from getting out of hand like they did. I want to know a lot more of that mentality. Those are my two big things that I'm really, really interested in. And I have to say, I really, truly enjoy Adrian's power. That is one that I would want for myself. I just want to draw and make things. That would be awesome. So tell me down below what you thought of this book, or what you wish your superpower was, because superpowers would be kind of cool. So tell me down below your thoughts, and I heart your beautiful faces. Bye.